What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about one of the newest Pokemon coming into Pokemon Go, Corviknight. We made a video about this a couple of days ago talking about how its moveset might just be a little bit too overpowered in the way that it currently is in the Great League meta. Well, Niantic might have heard what people were talking about because they have changed the moveset actually quite a bit, a couple times since that video was released. So I wanted to go over all of the changes, talk about what's going on with Corviknight, what the moveset it's going to want to run now is going to be, and I mean, if there's going to be any changes down the line, I guess I might make another video on this if we have to. But a lot of stuff going on with this Pokemon, so let's get right on into it. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was what the original moveset was that we talked about in the other video. It was this Steel Wing, Drill Peck, and Brave Bird moveset. This is a very, very solid moveset. It ends up winning a ton of matchups here. We can just do a quick review of what the win rate looks like here. In the Zero Shield matchup, Corviknight is going to win 29 matches and 8 losses. That's a little ridiculous, right? Single-digit losses is basically unheard of. In the One Shield matchup, 25 and 12, insanely strong as well. And in the Two Shield matchup here, it ended up being 22 and 14, so a lot more manageable, but still very, very powerful. So what ended up changing here, we can go over here to Twitter. Data mine has been done. You can see that Rookity, Corvisquire, and Corviknight will all have their movesets updated. Now they are Steel Wing, Air Slash, Sand Attack as the fast moves, and then Drill Peck and Payback as their charge moves. This is also going to mean that Iron Head will still be added on into its moveset as part of the event. That's going to be a legacy move where you can evolve Corviknight during the new event when it comes out, and you'll get Iron Head as well. So we have to keep in mind that that is also a moveset it can have. But basically, the most interesting thing about this is that Brave Bird is gone. Brave Bird is no longer a charge move, and Sand Attack is a fast move on this, as well as Payback being a coverage move they just gave it. So to recap, once again, they added Sand Attack as a potential fast move. Stealing is still there, but Sand Attack is an insanely good coverage move for a flying and steel type Pokemon. And then Drill Peck, Payback will likely be the charge moves you want to run, and Brave Bird is no more. So let's take a look at how this is going to look here. We have a couple different movesets that I wanted to take a look at and see how they're going to go. Steel Wing, Drill Peck, and Payback is going to be basically the new replacement for what the old moveset was. Then Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Payback. A similar moveset, but I wanted to try out the new fast move, see if that's going to be any good. And then Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Iron Head. Try the double stab charge moves, see if this is going to be any good as well. Let's take a look at how this is going to compare here in the Great League meta. All right, so in the Zero Shield matchup, what are we going to see? A lot of differences actually here. In the Zero Shield matchup, none of these Pokemon are going to have completely dominant matchups where they only have single-digit losses, but they are still very strong. The Steel Wing moveset here with Drill Peck and Payback, which is similar to the old Steel Wing, Drill Peck, and Brave Bird moveset, is 24 and 13. So getting rid of that Brave Bird was probably the best play that you could have done here to make this Pokemon a little bit more manageable. With that said, take a look at the Sand Attack moveset. It is 26 wins and 11 losses. So honestly, a very, very interesting scenario here where it's almost as good as the other moveset, but now you have a very flexible fast move, and you actually have a bit of energy generation too. Drill Peck takes only 10 turns to reach here with Sand Attack. Payback as well, very quick to reach. And because of that, you're able to kind of outpace a lot more things that you might not have been able to. Sand Attack is obviously a non-stab fast move, but the ground type fast move pressure is going to help it take out the electric types, the fire types, and the steel types, all of which have been very hard answers to Skarmory in the past. So I think that Sand Attack coverage is actually very interesting here. And as you can see, the Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Iron Head, so the double stab charge moveset is even more manageable here. It's very similar to the top moveset with the coverage, but 23 and 14. So strong, but honestly not too crazy. And then we can come down here, see what kind of changes here. Steel Wing obviously is going to end up losing to Bibarel, losing to Clodsire. Actually, that's a little bit crazy. Losing to Licky Licky and losing to Malamar. So that means that the Sand Attack moveset can win against all those, but you end up losing to Carbink and losing to Alolan Sandslash. It's actually kind of funny you lose to Sandslash here, even though now you have super effective fast move pressure, just because Steel Wing does do more raw damage still. And Corviknight, with this double stab charge move and Sand Attack, is going to end up picking up Bibarel, Clodsire, Malamar. It doesn't pick up Licky Licky, but it is able to, I guess, end up losing to a couple more matchups here. Dugong, Drifblim, Marowak, and Sandslash, once again being losses here for the double stab charge moves. So a very interesting thing here in the Zero Shield matchup. Let's see how the One Shield matchup is going to look here with these movesets. In the ones we're going to have, honestly, yeah, this is a little bit crazy still. The One Shield matchup for Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Payback, 27 and 10. That is still a little bit oppressive here. Steel Wing as well with the fast move. Looks like it takes a big hit not having that Brave Bird charge move anymore. Payback is a good coverage move, but it's not as strong as Brave Bird in those nuke scenarios here. So obviously it's taking quite a hit there. But then, interestingly enough, this Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Iron Head moveset, 24 and 13, still a very, very strong option, but it's not quite as oppressive as this Brave Bird moveset is going to be. So that's kind of interesting to look at as well. Obviously, I think that having Payback and Sand Attack is a very weird thing that they did. At the same time, they buffed Corviknight by giving it a very good fast move and a very good charge move here. Drill Peck, though, being a very solid charge move here, a cheaper charge move as well, is what is helping it keep up with the meta. All right, and in the two shield matchup here, we can take a look at what it's going to look like here. We're going to see actually very similar matchups across the board right now. Obviously, in the two shield matchup, a lot of the time you're just going to go straight Sand Attack and Drill Peck with the Sand Attack variant, and potentially with the Stealing variant, you might just even fast move things down. So you end up actually going 24 and 13 in the two shield with Drill Peck, Payback, and Stealing. And then the Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Payback moveset goes 25 and 12, same as the Drill Peck and Ironhead moveset here with Sand Attack as a fast move. So very, very similar performances, but you can see there are actually quite a few changes despite having similar win rates. Annihilate ends up getting a win here for Corviknight because now you can outpace it to the Drill Pecks. B-Barrel is going to be a win as well, which is kind of interesting, I guess, because you're not doing resisted fast move pressure. Greninja, that's a crazy thing to pick up, actually, because you're also doing neutral fast move pressure with Sand Attack. And then Shadow Quagsire, once again, those neutral Sand Attacks are going to help out quite a bit. Same with the pacing. Carbink, Diggersby, and Mandibuzz, though, all being losses for Sand Attack, makes actually kind of a bit of a trade-off here for not having that Steel-type fast move pressure. Kind of interesting stuff. And then Corviknight, with the double stab charge moves, ends up picking up Annihilate, B-Barrel, and Greninja. It doesn't quite pick up the Quagsire, though, and then Diggersby and Mandibuzz are going to be losses, but because you do have access to Ironhead, you are able to take out Carbink. So yeah, this was the moveset that Niantic initially has changed Corviknight to. They have since changed it again. We'll go over that in just a second, but Corviknight with Sand Attack as a fast move, honestly, I kind of like that idea. It makes it a lot more flexible of a Pokemon, but I think that maybe having Payback was a bit too much here. It makes it so a lot of matchups that you probably shouldn't win, you have a lot more play into. It's a very good coverage move, and there's actually no Pokemon in the entire existence of the franchise that resists ground, flying, and dark type damage all at the same time. So that is a little bit ridiculous. I would honestly prefer for the recommended moveset to be Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Ironhead. I feel like Payback coverage is a little bit too much, but I mean the Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Ironhead moveset that we saw is a very average across the board consistency. Nothing too crazy there. You win matchups you should, you lose matchups that you should, and you also have a little bit more charge move pressure than you did back with that Stealing moveset. All right, but since they did change it once again, let's take a look at what the newest and most current as of the time of recording this video moveset is going to be here. We're going to see that Steel Wing, Air Slash, and Sand Attack are going to be the fast moves, but then the charge moves, that is where we see the big change. No more Drill Peck. Drill Peck is gone. Its cheapest charge move is out of here. You still have Payback. You're still going to have Ironhead. But because Drill Peck is gone now, your pacing is going to be greatly damaged from this. And it's going to make it a lot harder to outpace Pokemon, win matchups that are more neutral because of your pacing. Now you're probably only going to be winning matchups because of your sheer typing. Let's take a look at how this is going to affect the simulations here. Corviknight, I'm going to once again do a couple different movesets. We have two different Sand Attack movesets, one with the Sand Attack, Sky Attack, Ironhead, and one with Sand Attack, Ironhead, and Payback. And then, of course, the Steel Wing, Sky Attack, and Ironhead moveset here, which is actually the new recommended moveset on PvPoke. Let's take a look at what it's going to look like here in the Zero Shield matchup. Honestly, a lot more underwhelming, right? Because you don't have that pacing that you had before. 19 and 17 with the Steel Wing, Sky Attack, Ironhead moveset. That is basically a 50% win rate here. The 22 and 15 for both of the Sand Attack movesets as well. A little bit more underwhelming than it has been. Still a solid Pokemon, but because you're not outpacing things, you are going to end up losing matchups where if your opponent gets to 2 charge moves before you do, you might end up getting knocked out. You can't outpace them. You have to hope that your Sand Attack and Sky Attack damage can one-shot them, and that does make things a little bit more awkward here. Payback as well, not really picking up too many interesting wins. You can see Licky Licky Malamar. Looks like Marowak is actually a win here for Payback, which makes sense because you have Payback and Sand Attack, a lot of super effective damage, and then Primate because obviously you have the Sky Attack coverage here with the other variant. You're able to win that, but then Quagsire as well. A win for both of them without having Steel Wing. It's a very interesting change. I don't know. I don't like that it's going to be so much slower to getting to charge moves now, but it's still going to be a good Pokemon, I guess. Let's take a look at the One Shield matchup, and you can see that the variant with Steel Wing suffers so much. It's 16 and 21. This is a negative win rate. The first time you've seen a negative win rate with a Corviknight on any of my videos right now. This Steel Wing, Sky Attack, Ironhead moveset seems like it is very inflexible, a moveset that's going to make this Pokemon very RPS, and likely you're not going to want to run Steel Wing as its fast attack unless you really want to just RPS your opponents. Sand Attack, Sky Attack, and Ironhead here getting the 21 and 16 win rate, just barely a positive win rate here, and then Sand Attack, Ironhead, Payback as well getting a positive win rate, but slightly less than the other variant here of Corviknight. We can see that the wins with the Sand Attack moveset over the Steel Wing are going to be Annihilate, Azumarill, Shadow for Alligator, Gastrodon, Greninja, and Licky Licky for the Corviknight with Sky Attack, Ironhead, and then the Ironhead and Payback moveset is going to be wins for Feraligatr, actually, and then Shadow for Alligator, Gastrodon, Licky Licky, and Shadow Alolan Sandslash. So there's actually quite a few changes here, even between the two different movesets here with the charge moves you choose to run. Ironhead is the cheapest charge move that it gets now, which is why I'm simulating it here with Ironhead. Sky Attack's a lot better for some of the bulkier Pokemon. Payback is a lot better as like a one-shot against squishier Pokemon, it seems. Let's take a look at the 2-shield matchup here as well. It's going to be a very, very close call here on what moveset you want to run. Stealing, once again, being the worst of the 3 movesets. You do have a lot of ability to fast move things down, but you're just getting outpaced so heavily by so many different Pokemon that you end up losing more matchups than you end up winning. The Sky Attack and Iron Head with Sand Attack fast move variant here is the second best, 21 wins, 16 losses, and then obviously that leads the Sand Attack, Iron Head, and Payback moveset to be the best one in the 2-shield. Honestly, I have no idea what moveset you'd actually want to run on this thing at this point. I think Sand Attack as a fast move is going to be the most flexible play to use, but the charge moves here will be kind of up in the air. We can see that Payback ends up winning B-Barrel for Alligator, Gastrodon, Malamar, Marowak, and Quagsire, whereas the Sand Attack, Sky Attack, and Iron Head moveset only ends up winning, let's see, it actually just ends up dropping Shadow Quagsire here. That's the one thing that you end up winning with Payback, but you end up losing to Abomasnow and Diggersby here with Sand Attack over Steel Wing. So those are some pretty big losses that you end up losing out on without that fast food pressure. But I mean, even still, this Pokemon, even with these different movesets, is still very strong. Although it's very strange that they've updated its moveset like 3 times since it's already been revealed that it's coming out in a couple of days. So I don't know what is going to happen with this Pokemon in the future. Maybe they're going to change it again. I think my ideal moveset would have been Sand Attack, Drill Peck, and Iron Head. I think that would have been the most healthy meta moveset we could have got. But Drill Peck is no longer in the game code right now on this moveset. So it seems like potentially Iron Head, Sky Attack, or Iron Head Payback as the charge moves with Sand Attack as a fast move is going to be the best case scenario. So yeah, Corviknight, definitely a very contentious Pokemon right now in the community. A lot of discourse happening back and forth. What moveset should it have? What's healthy? What's not healthy? I am personally in the camp where Corviknight, if it has more charge move pressure rather than being a fast move beatdown Pokemon, is going to be a much more healthy Pokemon. It's going to be a lot different than how Skarmory used to play out. Skarmory with Stealing and Sky Attack back in the day used to just kind of tap its way through a lot of Pokemon that it shouldn't have. It could Brave Bird nuke things. Luckily, Brave Bird is not an option anymore. I'm really glad that's out of the moveset. It's going to be very interesting to see for the next couple of days if this moveset gets tampered with anymore, or if we're going to be locking in with Sky Attack, with Payback, Iron Head as the charge moves, and then potentially either Steel Wing or Sand Attack as the fast moves. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you feel about these Corviknight changes. I, myself, don't even know what I feel like right now. I like Sand Attack as a fast move. I feel like that gives it a very unique playstyle, and I feel like it's going to make it a little bit more fresh in the Go Battle League as long as that is what people are using, but it is still going to be a very interesting thing to see when it comes out, how exactly it's going to perform in the Go Battle League. But thank you for watching today's video. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos to the channel. If more moveset changes happen here as well, you better believe I'm going to be going over them for Corviknight and for future Pokemon. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks again for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.